What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Shout out to all the star seeds out there. Shout out to all the crystalline carbonated beings all over the world. I don't care if you African or African American or black or Nubian or indigenous to here or there. As long as you got carbon in your skin, as long as you melanated like me, shout out to you. It's all one love, right? Okay, I ain't got time to bicker back and forth with my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Let's get through this reset, and then we can bicker about who's who or what's what and who belongs where and who's from where, alright? But for right now, we need to come together and unite as one for this common enemy. You feel me? Because this is a reset that's happening. It's okay. It's the Great Reset. It's happening during this post shift, and that's what we're gonna be discussing. So I'll see you guys on the flip side. You already know what it is, King Astro. For all y'all who wanna what, wanna know, let's go. Man, bring in my theme music. Shout out to all the crystalline beings out there. Shout out to all my carbon beings. Welcome back. So what we're gonna talk about today is a planetary reset. And I know a lot of people can sense and feel that there's a shift happening. And pretty much what we're going to talk about is what this shift is. The shift is a planetary reset, y'all. There's a natural reset that is taking place with the planet. And there's also an artificial reset, or should I say manufactured reset that's taking place. Nature is resetting herself. I'm not saying she's going back to what she used to. She's kind of evolving. But in order for her to evolve, she kind of has to reset. She kind of has to shift things around. You know? And since that's the energy that's on the planet, you know, I hate to call them that, but the powers that be, the elites, they're going to do their own reset. And they're going to manufacture a reset on the fourth dimensional level, because nature is doing this reset, right? The reset is taking place naturally on the fifth dimensional level. But these entities who are in the fourth dimension, who have us in here in the third dimension, want to keep us here in the third dimension because we're their food, we're their energy source, right? So these beings, as long as they keep us down here in the third dimension, they can exist in the fourth dimension and come through in and out in the third dimension at will, as long as they have hosts and bodies that they can occupy, you know. And but the thing is, we're supposed to be resetting and evolving into the fifth dimension, and these beings don't want that, because if you evolve into a fifth dimensional being, then you know they can't control you. Now you above them, right? So they can't take advantage of you. They can't control you. They can't steal your energy no more. You understand what I'm saying? So pretty much that's the battle that's taking place right now. These fourth dimensional entities will have a grip on our third dimensional Earth. They put the towers and everything everywhere to lower the frequency, and they have all these propaganda tactics to lower the frequency, you know, the CV-19 and the VAXX, the Venom, and Also, rumors of war and all these bad news, to pretty much to keep the vibration and the frequency of the planet real low. You know what I'm saying? So they can keep usurping your energy, right? Keep you doing the same thing that you do on a regular basis, going to work, using your energy to work for money, just so you can pay bills, right? And look at the word bills, you know, it's the word, it's the letter B and the word ill. So it says be ill. So everything is designed to keep us in a sick third dimensional state. But planet is shifting. She's going to the fifth dimension and nothing's gonna stop that. The thing is, in order for the earth to ascend, it's gonna have to cleanse herself, right? It's gonna have to detoxify itself. How is it gonna detoxify itself? Well, through fire. Cause last that I known, if you check throughout history, the earth cleansed itself and reset itself in many different ways, you know. You had the floods, you know, which pretty much wiped out everything, washed away everything. And then you had the Ice Age, pretty much wiped out everything. Uh, Shoot, what else? I can't really think of it. Oh, well, they had the Dark Ages, which was kind of like plagues and diseases and all kind of stuff, right? And then you have all the instances where all these great civilizations just disappeared. You know, you had the Mayans, you know, who was a great civilization, but they had a reset, and who knows what happened to them. You had Atlantis, the Atlanteans, you had the Egyptians. You know, whatever reset happened, their civilization was just either wiped out or they ascended. You know what I mean? Or they ascended and the planet was descending, so they couldn't go down with the planet. Um, yeah, different type of calamities. You know, whatever happened to wipe out the so-called dinosaurs, right? Because obviously they weren't supposed to be here, so something wiped them out. So there's all these instances of nature resetting itself, you know, through natural causes. It just seems that now, this time around, it's more intensified, and Earth is going to be cleansing herself through the fire. Through the fire. To the limit. Through the wall. And as you can see, it's getting real hot. The sun is changing. The sun is literally blasting CMEs and solar flares, M class, C class, X class solar flares at the Earth, right? And pretty much our magnetosphere, our upper atmosphere, has totally been depleted. So we have nothing but radiation coming from the sun, and radiation, that's heat, that's fire. Okay, because radiation it can burn. It's also a detoxifier and cleansing wavelength, depending on how you live your life. You know, if you eat well or not, depending on how your heart chakra is, it can change you for the better or the worse. So the sun is pretty much helping the earth to ascend. You know, the hotter the sun gets, the more radiation it spews, and pretty much all the life forms that's on earth is going to change. Everything's in the water is going to change. If the earth heats up even 1 degree, everything changes. Humans change, animals change, new species pop up, because that's what it takes To create, you need heat, you need energy. Energy creates heat. And there's a lot of energy coming from the sun, a lot of heat, a lot of radiation. You know, you watch those cartoons and comic books. Anything that's exposed to radiation either becomes really sickly or becomes super powered, you know? Like, look at the Hulk. He was exposed to heavy amounts of gamma radiation, and he just became stronger and stronger. Same with the Fantastic Four. They were exposed to some kind of radiation, and they all became different superpowers. You had Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Elastic, and then you had the Invisible Girl. Then you had Mr. Torch, you know what I mean? Fireman. And then you had the Thing, Rockman. You know what I mean? And then you had Spider-Man, who was bit by a spider and exposed. He was bit by a radioactive spider, which, you know, radioactive, that's a pretty much, yeah, radiated, highly radiated spider. Put it that way. A spider that's been exposed to radioactive radiation, you know, radiation waves, and it mutated. So it was a mutated spider that bit Spider-Man, and it mutated him, you know. So that's what's happening right now, you know. Earth is being bombarded with so much radiation. It's changing her, it's changing her atmosphere, it's changing her physically, it's changing her etherically, you know what I mean? It's making her ascend. And the beings on the planet need to ascend with her. She's gonna ascend regardless, and if the beings don't want to ascend, she's gonna go on without you. That's just how it is. But the earth is a living being. She's conscious and she wants to ascend. She's tired of this third dimension. She's done with it, so she's burning things down. If you check on your local news, everything is on fire right now. Everything's on fire. You have major fires that as soon as they spark, you know, they just have a mind of their own, and you know, it takes days, if not weeks, just to put them out. Remember the fires in California? Remember the fires in Arizona? And then there's gonna be volcanoes erupting, you know? The Yellowstone caldera is just a ticking time bomb. If that goes off, we're done, fam. Because if you don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but the Yellowstone caldera, that is the volcano that created America from west coast to east coast, from California to New York. The Yellowstone caldera went off and created this huge landmass that we know today as America, right? And Africa was formed by a huge volcano called Kilimanjaro, right? So these volcanoes went off and built this landmass. So if they go off again, guess what's gonna happen? So yeah, pretty much as the Earth is ascending into the fifth dimension through this great reset, post shift, I feel as us as humans, we need to be going through a reset as well, because they're gonna manufacture a reset artificially, where they're gonna collapse the economy. There's gonna be food shortages. There's gonna be high inflation, right? There's gonna be wars going on, right? Missiles going on everywhere. Plus, you know, the people that took the snake bite. There's gonna be a lot of illness going on, so there's gonna be lockdowns and FEMA camps and all that kind of stuff. So all this reset, all this negative energy is gonna be taking place while Earth is going through a positive change, right? But they don't want you to be going through a positive change with the Earth, because that would have made the Earth ascend faster. So they want you to keep you in a lower state. So they're going to amp it up as the Earth amps up its ascension through this pole shift and through her reset. So As the Earth is making a reset, it's gonna get ugly before it gets pretty. The same thing with the manufactured artificial reset. The thing that's gonna be ugly about it is it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard, because a lot of people just don't think that what's gonna happen can happen to a place like this. You know, they just can never see it happen because this level of comfortability. You know, and that's okay. You know, we should have been comfortable. We shouldn't always be in survival mode. But the thing is, we're comfortable for too long. So once they push the button, it's gonna be panic mode because a lot of people ain't built for survival. You know what I mean? So just like this right now, you know, you're watching this game, Last of Us. You know, it's all about surviving. And when I play this game, you know, I search high and low for everything. I try to use like the mind I would use if I was in real life. You know, if you watch me play this game, I don't play it like a video game. I play it like it's real life. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. If I was really in the crib, this is what I'd be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'll be creeping through. I wouldn't be making noise. You know, I'll be making sure, you know, if I'm searching through, I got my flashlight off. You know, I don't know who's who and what's what if this was what I was doing, you know. And then you gotta be silent. And I'm only doing it this way because I gotta save my ammo. So I gotta get up close and personal, you know what I mean? But anyways, I digress. My point is, a lot of people just are not built for survivability, you know? I mean, when I play stuff like this, I already have it in my mind what I would do if I was in this situation, you know? Only the strongest can survive, you know? And if a zombie apocalypse does happen, you know, I'm pretty sure it won't be the weak kind, you know? I won't think it'll be the slow kind. I think it'll be the fast running kind like these ones. And they'll probably be just as strong too, you know? Because your strength goes up when your mind is fried, you know what I mean? The point is, as the planet is going through a reset, and as they're gonna artificially construct a reset to reset the system and bring in a new world, you know, order out of chaos. Um, we should be doing our own reset. Okay, you should be resetting everything in your life right now, everything you know of, your mindset, pretty much physically, mentally, spiritually. You need to reset. You need to restart, reevaluate everything you know, and try to renew your mind as we're going through this revelation. As the reset nears closer and closer to our door. So, all I'm saying is get prepared, get ready. And you know what this channel is about, semen retention. Of course, I'm a big advocate for it, you know? Always be on your grind. Try to go at least 3 weeks at a time holding your seed in. Okay? I know people out there like to go, you know, the 100 days and 200 days and all that. That's great, you know? I'm just saying, you guys just try to practice going 3 weeks at a time. That'll build your stamina up. And we already talked the science behind semen retention, holding in your seed, holding in your light. It's more than just physical, it's also spiritual. Right? Because it gives you spiritual energy. Okay? Because semen retention is the first way to unlock your chakras. It starts right at the bottom, starts at the root. So semen retention starts at the root. Because when you want to deal with a problem, You have to get to the root of the problem. So you got to start at the root, right? You got to start at the root of the tree and build your way up to the top of the tree, where you get enlightenment, and that's the crown chakra, that's the purple chakra. But you need to start at the bottom, which is the red, through semen retention. And once you, I can't say master, but once you get a good grip on your root chakra and good discipline, then you start to unlock the other chakras naturally. Then you unlock the solar plexus, then you unlock the heart chakra, then you unlock the throat chakra, you know? Then your mind's eye, because like I said, your semen is connected to your brain. The cerebral fluids in your brain, they go down into your semen. And if not used, the semen goes back into your body, it gets reabsorbed into your body, and the cerebral spinal fluid goes back up into your brain. But every time it goes back into your brain, every 30 days, it re-energizes your brains. Your neurons, electrons, protons, all that. And you start to get enlightened with new information. You want to know more about the world. The veil is being pulled over your eyes because your third eye is being activated. Okay, because these cerebral fluids not only activate neurons in your brain, but they also reactivate your pituitary and your pineal gland, right, which controls your mood and your sleep patterns, right? So you do want to be going through a reset, right? You want to be holding on to your energy, as much energy as you can, and start at the root. And do a lot of shadow work and start to build up your energy, spiritual wise, because this is a spiritual battle, fam. And although it's taking place physically, spiritually you have to be ready, and mentally you have to be ready, prepared, right? Physically, mentally, and spiritually you have to be prepared to do physically what it's going to take. And that includes watching your diet, that includes fasting. Because if there's food shortages and you can't eat, what if you have to go 8 hours without eating? What if you have to go a couple days without eating? You know, start fasting, building your stamina up. Fasting resets the body. You know, after 48 hours to 72 hours, the body starts to create new blood cells, new growth hormones, right? It starts to rejuvenate itself. Okay, so rejuvenation is a reset. You start to create a new body through fasting. And then after that, you change your diet. You start to cut out on the meat. You start to eat more fruits and vegetables, right? On a regular basis. You make that your main source of, I guess, source of energy, pretty much. But fam, we have to get ready. We have to get prepared. You know, start getting your mind and your spirit ready. You know, open your mind to a lot of things that are going on. Try to elevate your consciousness. Because moving into the fifth dimension means you have to elevate your way of thinking also. Start thinking about the future. Start thinking ahead. Start thinking of ways of things, or what you would do if money wasn't your main goal. If you didn't have to work for money, what would you be doing? How would you be contributing to the earth and humanity and your fellow neighbor? Okay, so reset your mind, reset your way of thinking, because the reset is here, and we're all in it. We all have to get through it. So like I already said, through semen retention, through dieting, through fasting, through meditation, of course, and pretty much whatever you believe in. If you believe in the Bible, follow the commandments. If you believe in spirit and universe, follow the laws of the universe, right? And know that one of the laws is, as above, so below. So even though you can't see what's taking place above, whatever's taking place down here gives you a sense. Okay, because it's all mirrored, right? So if the planet's going through a reset, these beings know what's happening, so they're gonna plan their own reset. But it's all about your mindset, because they want to keep you at a certain mindset, and if they have control of your mind, then they can keep you down from ascending with the planet. You know, we're supposed to be living heaven on earth, so we have to have a heaven on earth mindset. But they want you to be living in hell. They want you to have a hellish mindset, right? But you have to do the work. It's not gonna be easy, but you have to do the work, and we'll get there. All right. This is King Astro for all y'all who wanna what, wanna know, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright, people. Peace and good night.